Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of the Queen G Live Experience. Y'all listen, yesterday was Veterans Day, so I want to start the show by honoring all of our veterans that served our country and that make that sacrifice every single day on behalf of us. Um, and I know that that's not simple, so I salute all of our veterans, both in the past and current. Okay, I wanted to start the show with that because we got to honor our legends. We have to, and we got to, put that respect out there. I wanted to start the show with that. And also, I got a couple of things coming up. We will be releasing two separate magazines. One, Let's Go to Work ENT magazine, and it's going to be two Let's Go to Work ENT magazine, two different separate whole releases before the year is out. One is based on some of the shows that are on the network that I'm on called the MJON network, MJOWN network. Some of them will be in that magazine, just honoring the people that have shows on there. Our podcast host, I can't talk today, y'all. Our podcast host, and we're going to be giving them a little bit more exposure. So you'll see kind of like double and dual things going on in different magazines. The second magazine is actually honoring our radio personalities, podcast hosts, anybody that's connected to the networks. We will be placing them in that second edition. So both we're scheduled to have both released before the year is out. So we're crossing fingers. Thank you guys so much for all of your support out there and being there for the Queen G Live Experience platform and all that you do. And if you look at my chest, I have some new t-shirts as well. This is the Queen G t-shirt. They are officially for sale. Let me know if you want a your own personal copy. Is $20 for size 2X. 2X is all I have right now. I went for the plus size market because that's what I am. You know how that is. You have to get it where you get it. And I'm just grateful for the brand growing itself. All the things that have happened this year has been amazing. My book, Peace to Success, just published. So I want to thank all my team members who played a role in getting that out. Maritza of Blue Flame Graphics and Paperboy of Go Get the Paperboy. That's his company name. Thank you so much, my graphics teams who always have my back and are there for me. I want to shout out Ames Productions. She is live with me. I'm going to introduce her. Ames Productions has been working with me as well this year in a management standpoint and just been there and had my back, and just it's a blessing to have her as a reinforcement on the team because it's a lot going on. And we do what we got to do daily in our own shoes, but it's nothing like having another team member to look out for you. And I want to, shout out my girl, Ames, Antonette Ames, who is our special guest for today. She wears many hats. She is a CEO of her own company called Ames High Productions, I believe it's called. And if I'm wrong, she will get me straight when she gets on here. Also, she has been working closely with the Faces of Rap Mothers in a capacity of executive orders and doing things behind the scenes to help keep it afloat as well. And we, both of us, Candy and I both really appreciate Antoinette for her sacrifices and all the things that she does on behalf of Faces of Rap Mothers. So I'm not gonna hold us up any longer. Let's get her on camera and on the screen. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me pull her in here. Hey, hey, Antoinette.
Good morning.
Girl, I want to sing that song. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good this morning.
Amazing. Well, I introduced you in that capacity because you and I came together really a couple of months ago and just really bonded. And it was around the time when I was getting ready to release this special edition Faces of Rap Mothers magazine
Yes.
that came out. And you're in here, so I'm gonna pull it up and show it to you, girl. You got a whole little spread
Uh-oh.
in here. That's exciting. Yep, here it is.
Antonette Ames.
You bossing up in here. Look, that's all you.
I see.
All you.
Me and the First Lady of Denver.
We're highlighting your company, and we have all that in there as well. I'm so excited that we got a chance to put you in the magazine. And you and I both share something else. You and I both are Faces of Rap Mothers, which is a series that has been launched for like 2 years. Let me see your cup. Let me see your cup. Ooh. The best part of waking up is having Faces of Rap Mothers on your cup. I love it. I love it. So tell us about that. Tell us about when you got in on the Faces of Rap Mothers and how that journey has been for you.
I got in on the Faces of Rap Mothers. I had visited LA with Leola Brown and met Candy in person, and she wanted me to be a part of it. But at the time, I don't think it was, the timing wasn't good at that time when I met her. And so we stayed in contact, and we kept talking, and she kept telling me her ideas and where does she want to go with it, her humanity stories about women and about the music, about rap music and everything. And she wanted me to be a part of it. And the more I heard, the more it interested me, and I wanted to be on her team. And it went from there. Yep.
And you and I kind of got in on the beginning of it. So it's so amazing to see it evolve to this.
Definitely.
Now the brand has multiple books. The brand has shoes. The brand has you have a cup right there.
Contributing
right
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Now the Faces of Rap Mothers has also grown to different networks as well. It's extended out to different networks. MJ Own Network, the Now Network, Smile TV Network is another one. And it's just it's on different platforms.
Yes, you guys are really working, and I'm so proud of you too. Yeah, and
oh my God. Yeah, and Music Time too. Music Time Television was another outlet that the Faces of Rap Mothers got a chance to they did a pay-per-view with Music Time Television as well, which is another media outlet. And when I tell you, now we have dolls, we got books, we got pillows,
the mouse pad for your laptops, and we got it all, don't we?
We got it all. It's crazy. So yesterday I was going through Facebook or whatever, just going through Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And one of our other fellow Faces of Rap Mothers, Diana Boss, she had, some of the video footage up on her TV. So I'm just going through Facebook and I'm like, whoa, hold on. This is crazy. I don't know if I'll ever get used to that. You know what I mean?
I know.
So
in magazines and
it's been a blessing, and I can see the vision actually coming to life, because I remember when this concept was just in Candy's head. Because when I first interviewed Candy, not a lick of Faces of Rap Mothers had started, formulated, wasn't nothing, happening yet. I remember she came to Las Vegas, her and her son, King the Rapper. and she
I think
sat down.
during the time, I think she had just left Vegas, and I came to LA, and she was telling me that she had met you. Is
Yep, she came. That was the beginning. Just imagine that.
Yep.
That was the beginning, and look now at what it has evolved to.
Mm-hmm.
And there are way more rap mothers that have joined the team and the list of mothers, and it's just, and everybody. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I got to really know some of the mothers by way of laying this magazine out, and I was like, now I know I be working, but these women are phenomenal.
Yes, and
You
working
know,
hard and doing a number of things as a part of their own career and talent and things that they're doing on the side
exactly.
to boost up their careers. They are working really hard. Really.
Mm-hmm. It almost made my head spin. That's how serious this was. I was like, wow, okay, such and such is doing that. You got E40's sister,
Uh-huh.
Sugar T,
Uh-huh.
Honey Blunt.
Opportunity to speak with her over the telephone. That was amazing.
Yes. Carlene Corsi, who is in the independent BET movie world market as
Uh-huh.
an actress, and she's a radio personality. We got, it's multi levels of just powerful, accomplished women,
Yep.
And I even love the new ones. I love the new ones out of New York. What's her name?
Hey, Shoy.
Kay Shoy, my girl. Yes, Kay Shoy. Just Enola. Enola is my girl too. Enola. I don't know if you ever met her before, but she's based in LA and beautiful lady. She's a producer. She's a momager. She manages her daughters, and they I got a chance to hang out with her in Vegas. She lived in Vegas during that same time. So some of these mothers, what's crazy is before the Faces of Rap Mothers evolved to what it is, I got a chance to spend time with some of the mothers. So we have like pictures together and,
And the thing that I hate, I didn't get any time this we didn't take any pictures, Candy and I didn't take any pictures with her. I hate that. And we were talking about it the other day. I didn't get any pictures when I stayed in LA with Candy.
Right. Because you reside where? You're in another part of the world.
Yeah, I'm originally from Chicago. I was born and raised and then later moved to Colorado in 1989, I think, around that time. Mm-hmm. And then moved back to Chicago for about a year or two and then came back to Colorado.
Okay. Cold weather. Wow, that's interesting. Hey, that the thing is, the way that technology is set up now, you would have thought we almost lived in the same state or something because we're always talking, never skipping a beat. You know what I mean? We're always
on, checking in, networking.
Exactly.
Surprise the networking I've done just on social media.
Social media.
Manager, Leola Brown, just social media. And then had the opportunity to meet everyone in person.
And I love the fact that you're very supportive of so many of us. People don't know that, you're in the background usually, but you share and promote others, and you always are about, enhancing others. And that takes a lot of focus, and it's not easy all the time. Mm-hmm. So how do you maintain that to be able to kind of be behind the scenes and push the buttons for others and stay focused in the middle of all that?
I can't explain it. I love the background scene. I usually don't do interviews. I don't like to be upfront. I shy up. I get quiet. So I'm feeling pretty comfortable with you.
Well, I feel blessed to know that you came out of your shell to do this exclusive moment, okay? We sisters too, so this is a
Exactly.
sisterhood, and it's like this
You
is like two sisters just catching up. You know what I mean?
know, right. Another funny thing, I
So
was talking about doing the interview. I'm like, okay, I got to get up and put on my makeup. Normally you
right,
don't tell anyone else that.
right, exactly. Yep. So I'm very proud of you. Tell me about Ames Productions. Tell me about your company.
I started off doing the business with my daughter, my oldest daughter. She was an inspiring artist, rap artist, and she would keep me in tune to everything that was going on in the music world and behind the scenes. So I started off pushing her a lot. And then getting to know the business through her, I
Mm-hmm.
jumped in and she was doing her own shows, and I was always the babysitter. Here's the kids. I need a couple of dollars. I need $500 for a DJ. I need this. I need that. And I'm going, what the heck are you doing? So I wanted to learn, more about what she was doing and try to push her as an artist. And I got her a couple of interviews with Coast to Coast magazine, internet media interviews. And she's like me. She didn't want to do the interviews. So we did a lot of magazine interviews. And I was so proud of myself that I was reaching people, not not even knowing too much of the business. And so I was like, hey, look what I'm doing. And she would push me. So I jumped into it and started doing my own shows. And I did a Comic View event with a host from Comic View, Lester Berry. And then, you know,
Okay.
and knowing him, I grew up with him, and he was BET's comic host, and I think Def Comedy Jam or something else he did. But he pushed me as well, and he was like, "You should name your company Ames High Production." And I was like, "Okay." I didn't
So
even give
I
it.
said it right then. I said it right at the beginning. Ames
Yes,
High. Because
yeah,
I couldn't remember now. And I was like,
yes, yeah.
help me, Jesus.
Like I don't have to correct her. She know what she's talking about. She talked to me enough
Right,
every day. So
right.
I went
Awesome.
from there. I did that show. I did a couple other comic events, and then I did my first major big show with Leandria Johnson on BET's
Oh.
Best. 1,500 capacity in a church event. And I, went from there. And my daughter, she got a little bit older, and she was like, my career isn't going anywhere. I don't want to do it anymore. And I kept going. I kept networking. I kept talking to people. I kept finding out more. And I just kept going from there.
And a lot of people don't know Leandria Johnson, her career really got taken off from that show, the gospel show that comes on BT, Sunday's Best.
Sunday's
That's when
Best.
the world recognized her. But a lot of these people, the thing is, they be out here for a long time.
And nobody knows who they are.
Nobody knows who they are. They're just undiscovered raw talent, and it takes people like yourself to bring awareness, to these artists. And look at that, 1,500 capacity with Leandria Johnson when probably not even the world knew about her.
Right. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that's a blessing.
1,000 seats. I still have 500 seats left. So I thought
Wow.
my biggest one. So I thought I did, pretty good.
That's awesome. So what has been your biggest claim to fame so far as a manager or behind the scenes that you would say, hey, I felt like I did, or I felt like I made it, or I felt like I really accomplished something.
I'm like talking to Queen G. I remember my daughter was like, "You're not really talking to her. How do you know that's her?" And
then really?
Yeah. And then
I am so humbled by that. That is so sweet. See,
doing we were chatting on Facebook, and I was like, see, that's really her. See, She said, Mom, don't be putting me on blast. You know, there are scammers out there and all that. I was like, no, I really talked to her. And I was like,
Oh,
your sister. And seeing that video on Oprah, and I remembered that show and I watched it and I was like, look, this is her. And she was like,
right, right.
her. And I was like, okay. And
That's crazy because and this is what we don't really talk about or put out there, but there's a lot of ups and downs, in this industry. And it's little, but it's big. It's big, but little. I mean, it's a big industry, but the deeper you get in, the smaller it becomes. And I say that because the more elite that really, really puts it down in the industry, you kind of become friends and you are in the same network because it's only a select few that, weans itself out kind of.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful that you said that because it's an encouragement for me. A lot of people don't think because of how I'm out there everywhere that I need the encouragement. And when you say things like that, it's very humbling and it lets me know that I know, baby girl, you done had some challenges. I'm talking about me. I'm talking to myself on that.
Right.
You done had some ups and downs, battles, and we know about the recent epileptic grandma seizure that happened during a live podcast, right?
Right.
And moments like that where I am being, when I tell you, attacked left and right in my health and in my personal life and things, and you just want to sometimes give up.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what makes you not want to give up? Because for our audience, we want to talk about that,
I don't know. It's been a couple of times at my point where I've wanted to give up, where I've contacted my team and actually quit on them. And they're like, no, you can't, and I'm going, I'm tired. I'm not accomplishing what I thought or where I thought I should be at this point. Or had I started earlier in life or whatever, taking that road of learning things when my uncle was in the business, working with Marvin Yancey and Natalie Cole, and not taking that opportunity because we always thought because he walked around in a briefcase with a briefcase and a suit, we go, oh, here's that wannabe professional uncle, and not understanding what he was doing with the business and starting his own business. And I've been at that point where I wanted to give up and never did. And the more that I stayed and the more that I learned, the more people I came in contact with. And I always say, and I've always heard, nothing is coincidence or happenstance. It happens.
That's true.
So, and every time that I gave up, something else was landed in my lap. I met someone else. I came in contact with someone else. I reached a little bit further and I kept going and going. So it's about not giving up and keep going. You never know who you're going to meet or what your destiny is. If you give up, you just don't meet that true destiny of what you were meant to do. And being behind the scenes is kind of like what I like to do, is be behind the scenes, be that businesswoman, contact people, make that phone call. Shanta, make that phone call for Shanta, reach out.
Because, honey, we need a you. We need a you in our life. Because you know what? I was behind the scenes first. And that was my role in the business. Like I played the role behind the scenes for like at least 15 of these 20 years.
I think you froze.
So I get the position you're in. I think we back. You hear? You hear? Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah, it came back. Sometimes it's me tripping and going out. We're gonna keep it pushing. But so yeah, I get that. It's sometimes you get a little frustrated because you're like, dang, do you get it? Do you get it? I need you to come through, it's sometimes we're pushing the buttons more than what people are motivated to do. That's what's interesting too. And it's kind of like you gotta hang in there through all that. You know what I mean? Be patient, and it's not the simplest position to be in. Now I'm on this side of the coin. Everything started changing for me about 7, 8 years ago, where I decided to step outside of that behind the scenes bubble and kind of be more in the camera, in the forefront, filming and doing these drops and, voiceovers. That's why when I met Candy, it was like, come on, I got you. Cause I had already kind of actively, launched and gotten out there already and been a personality in a sense. By the time her and I linked, it was a match made in heaven. And I'm gonna tell you something. I love her because, I did not give up on her. I never gave up on her, but she sure don't give up on me either.
She don't let you put up on anyone.
No.
She will call you. She will talk your ear off, and she will keep going, and she will dig in until she gets what she wants.
She has fought for me in the capacity as a brand ambassador. And I am grateful for that because, it's putting more of a worldwide twist on who Queen G is. I've been here for over 20 years. The same thing we talked about with Leandria. No one really knowing at all who she was.
Yeah, and doing interviews.
And here it is. It takes a Candy, somebody like that, to really expose me worldwide. Now I have stood the ground for Faces of Rap Mothers and been there in the capacity of not allowing her to give up. When things got tough or when it seemed like doors were closing, I was like, nope, I got another opportunity for you. I got another one for you. Come on. When the first book came out, when the first Faces of Rap Mother, I was selling it. We did commercials. We did.
Yeah. Yes.
We stood in the gap, honey. And that's what I love about her is that now that I'm on this end, she refuses. She will not give up on me. And I'm grateful for her and her consistency and hanging in there and really, taking that vision from her head and her heart and her mind and bringing it to fruition. And it takes a lot to do that.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Takes a lot to do that. So what is it that you want us to know about Ames High Productions or yourself as a person? Go ahead and give us that at this time.
I'm passionate. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep pushing for that artist. I'm going to keep pushing for someone else's career because I feel that if they made it, I've made it. So get that interview with you or whoever I can get that interview with, whatever phone call, I'm going to do it. I'm just going to be there and support it, especially if I think you're a good artist.
Right. And in our upcoming days, one of the assignments that we're going to be working on is getting all the Faces of Rap Mothers in an interview capacity. So that's going to be our next challenge that we have to set up, all these interviews with the different rap mothers. And there's a lot of them now. I think it's over 40. So we got a job to do, as they say. You know what I mean? But I think that this would give another whole twist to how amazing and how powerful these women are, and will show that they're not just rap mothers. Like, it's a reason for carrying that badge of a rap mother and making the world understand why, they are who they are. It's a badge of honor, honey. It's a reason why these women were selected. They didn't just get selected because they just look good only.
Right.
No.
Right.
There's a lot of depth to these women and a lot of powerful things that they've been doing. Like, I got a chance to interview Honey Blunt, on my radio show in Vegas. And when I met up with her and her husband, I was like, wow, she is doing a lot of stuff. This is before I knew we were going to be
working
both rap mothers, before I even knew that. And these women been out here for a long time.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Putting it down, rapping. She has a long track record. Shows, events, before Corona. You know what I'm saying? They've been hitting it. So it's our season and our time. And when it's your season, can't nothing stop that.
Right. And
Period.
that speaks of 2 Chainz, because he was out, and I can't think of his name beforehand. He was out with Too Short, a part of his team, and then all of a sudden it was his time, and then everybody knew who 2 Chainz were. Yeah.
Right. Right.
And
Everything kind of connects at that point. And
we,
you know,
never paid attention to who Sugar T was, but when I went back and looked at her history, and never knew that that was E40's sister, in that group.
right.
And
Right.
it's going to be her time when it's, my time, or whoever is following in my footsteps. It's just going to be their time.
It's gonna be your season. This year, 2020 was my year. This was just it. Like everything that God pushed through this outlet, just it turned to gold this year. This year was my powerful year, and it's only the beginning. Although I've had a 20-something year journey, this is only the beginning for me. Like it's weird that I can say that, but that's how I feel. Like now I got 11 books under my belt, that I've personally written.
Just did another one, 12.
No, that was 11. It's a total of, that's 11 personal books that are all published on Amazon. But there's 13 that I wrote this year with 2 collaborative books. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a total of 13, and I'm talking from beginning to end.
And
I've been involved in those books. They're all on Amazon too. So, and you can't do it without your team. I want to shout out Paperboy and my girl Maritza, Blue Flame Graphics. Both of those team members collectively have helped me put out all these books, and also lay out over 5 magazines this year as well. On top of that, so girl, listen, I'm happy to have you as a part of my family now, and I think we're going to do some amazing things together.
Definitely.
And I'm so excited about you. I think that everyone has a season, and it takes collaboratives coming together to really highlight people that have been around forever. You know what I mean?
That no one knew about, right?
Right. Like
discovered or hidden talents that other people, and they've been in the business, and we just didn't know who they were because they were always in the background. So,
and this is great. Moments like this, we got to keep these kind of things going, and keep having these conversations, and keep bringing things, to the forefront, and really, really being there as a support for one another. And that's what this has been. And I'm so grateful for you. I want the world to know that you have definitely added so much love to the brand that I have already. You know what I'm saying? And
thank you. Yeah.
I'm telling you need somebody. I can't do this alone forever.
We all can. And I, with my team, that I have, you can't do it alone. I can't do it by myself. I can't be the only one that's sharing on social media. So they share as well. They share, what I send them. They put it out there too.
Yeah, and this is what it becomes. It becomes this. And I'm grateful for life, honey. My recent stuff is like, whoa, you checked on me through all of that situation. It's just a blessing to have you in my corner and in my life as a support, and as a sister, and as a, it's been, girl, I'm trying not to cry. It's been some challenges, and I'm just, grateful to have people that will call and check on you and be there and support, and, get you what you need when you need it. So
I wanted you to rest. First of all, I wanted you to get a good, rest, relax. Before I pick you up, like, okay, what are you doing? Why aren't you? You're like, nothing's gonna stop me. I'm like, okay. I see that nothing's going to stop you or get in your way or hinder you or stop you from keep going. So I had to jump back on the bandwagon and go,
Right.
okay, here.
Girl, as soon as that seizure wrapped, it was a wrap on that after that. Nope. As soon as I don't even think the wounds are healed up yet.
I
Girl, because listen, now we talked that we honored our veterans and stuff, but this is like this business that I'm in and this life that I deal with, as a mother, a wife, and all the many hats that I have to wear. It's like being in war.
Yeah.
Definitely. And being on the front line, and it's like I have so many that depend on me, and I'm talking about this is just my children. I have 7 children, and I'm a grandmother of 3. And when you have that and so many depend on you, giving up is not an option.
It's not an option. No. I have 4 kids and 8 grandkids. So no, I totally understand, And on top of your kids and grandkids, you have a husband. I don't. So
right. And that's another responsibility. Yeah. I mean, for and we have that I don't know, Bonnie and Clyde story, kind of like me and him. Girl, it's crazy. We have been through the flood, through the storm, the water. We didn't been through it all, and for him to literally pick me up off of the floor after a seizure and just be there in that capacity. It's just like, I know that man loves me and I love him. And, it's not just
I can't think of it, but that's love. When I think of it, we'll be off the air and I'll sing.
Right. Hey, memory is one of them issues, That's why I'm drinking my VA juice. It's serious, bro. Like serious. But yeah, this has been so much fun, Antoinette, talking to you. Yeah. I have really enjoyed myself. We so silly,
It's one of our normal conversations that we have.
Right. But I do want to thank you for being on today's segment and today's show of Queen G Live Experience. Is there anyone that you would like to shout out as we get ready to close the interview out?
First of all, I would like to thank Queen G for having me this morning. Shanta, you should join her on her live experience every morning. Shout out to my daughters, Doja Crowder, Shy Crowder. They are the real personality. I have none. Those are real actors on a daily basis in our real life. Shout out to Cassandra Cates, a part of my team who helps me promote. My other daughter, the core, the artist, that sometimes she's an artist and sometimes she's just a daughter. So that's
all right.
They support me and keep me going. And you and Ken, keep going.
That's what we got to do. We got to be there and keep each other's fire lit,
Right.
Even when my times when I was like slipping, you were like, okay, but you said we got to do this. Your consistency really came through when I needed it, because I'm just a one-man team before you came along. So
I you were doing it all, and I'm like, you need help,
right?
It's so hard, even for me. So I understand it, like to release it and say, here, you do this, you do this, and you're like, nope, I got to do it myself. Let me keep going. So
right, yeah, it's
all me.
It definitely was an adjustment, but hey, the more I'm like, okay, what can we do next? What we gotta do next? Because you still have to also, build up that trust,
right,
for people in the works. But I've been burned so many times. I can't even begin to tell you and talk about that. That's a whole nother show.
Yep. Heartbeat. And talk about you in the same breath when you fed them off your own spoon. So
exactly. We know what it is. So it took a little bit, but I got you. I just let's go. Let's do what we gotta do. I'm like, yes.
Right.
And like I said, this next chapter we got 40 some rap mothers to interview. So we gonna be working for a little bit and getting this zone. But hey, we can knock them out. We can
Yes,
get this done.
yes, we can.
Get
Yeah.
this done.
That's
So thank
beautiful.
you so much.
You're
God bless you today. Have a wonderful day. And we're gonna be promoting this interview. I'm so glad we got this done so we can show all the other rap mothers, what we doing here and our goal for the next upcoming, because people think, dang, okay, Thanksgiving coming up. And they got that mentality that the year is over. You know, it
mm-hmm.
ain't over till it's over.
Over, right? We got to.
It ain't over till it's over, right?
Yep.
Like in this next 2 months, I'm setting a goal to do so many things, in this to end the year with a bang. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, let's get it, sis. Let's get it.
I'm ready.
So I'm gonna let you get off, and I'm gonna close the show really quick and do my little ending remarks. But God bless you. Thank you so much for joining me on this
Okay.
segment.
All right.
Okay.
Bless you too. Talk to you later too.
Okay. Talk to you later. Bye bye. That was my sis, Antoinette Ames, and Ames High Productions. What an amazing person. And I'm so grateful for her in my own life and career. And she's done so many things for me so far. So I'm grateful for her as a team member, and that God sent her my way to kind of take the load off a little bit of some of this work that we got going on. But thank y'all so much for tuning into this segment. What an amazing interview, powerful today. And y'all keep watching the Queensy Live Experience. You never know who I'm going to have on here. I'm getting ready to interview a girl group coming up in the next couple of days. So y'all stay tuned for that. Keep watching the Faces of Rap Mothers. Keep watching the MJ On Network on Roku. Keep watching all these amazing shows, and you just never know who's going to be our next star up. So we just got to do our part, everybody, right? From a media standpoint, to this to that, we got to do our part. And that's all I'm simply doing, is playing my role uh, in this family of women who all stand up and support each other. So God bless you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I look forward to growing with y'all. Okay, let's keep it going. See y'all later. This is your girl Queensy of Queensy Live Experience. Checking out, y'all. Have a good day. Bye.